All right, so hi everybody. This is my VR headset, and I'm in VR, but I am not wearing it yet. I'm just setting up my audio to make sure that it works. So I'm talking into my headset. You should be able to hear my voice. If I talk pretty far away, it should be a lot quieter. So I think it is working. I'm not using my boom mic like I usually do. Hopefully it sounds okay. So I'm gonna just see if I can get No Man's Sky to work in VR, because it's been super long since I've played it. And I'm just gonna, this is just to play around with it. I'm not starting the game. Well, I'll start a game, but this is just to experiment. So here goes. Now, one thing, unfortunately, one of the problems that I've got now is that my lens inserts for the VR headset are no longer the correct prescription. So when I look through these lens inserts actually attached to the VR headset, it's a bit too blurry. So I'm wearing my regular glasses, which you're not really supposed to do in the headset because of the potential of scratching your lenses. But I've done it enough in the past where I kind of know how not to damage it, but it is uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable, and it has the potential of fogging up. So when your glasses fog up inside the headset, it makes everything really hard to see. And so I may have to order a updated prescription set of lenses for the headset. If that's the case, then so be it. So let me gotta grab my controllers. Now, No Man's Sky, sadly, isn't going to work with my throttle and joystick like X4 does. So I have to actually use this to control everything in No Man's Sky. So it's in the ship, when you're flying ships in No Man's Sky, you're given a virtual stick and a virtual throttle, and you grab it with your virtual hand using the controller, and you hold down the button and move the stick around that you can't feel, and it has no feedback at all. So it's not like, it's not like this, where I can physically hang on to an object and move it within its limits and steer the ship. It's very, very different. It does work. It's just not as good as using a real joystick, unfortunately. So let's go in and see what we've got. All right. Turn my controllers on. There we are. I can see myself. All right. So it seems pretty clear in here with VR and my actual glasses inside the headset. So that's good. That's a good thing. Let's move that down and move that down as well. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if I need to have that up for it to work. Now, if any of you are good at VR, I could really use some feedback, because I'm going to be experimenting with things, and we're just not why can't I see myself anymore? Basically, what I'm experimenting with I'm not sure really what I'm doing. So, yeah, this is kind of new. It's been a very long time since I've used VR. Now, I've got to start No Man's Sky. And what I'm worried about is that when I start No Man's Sky, that it's going to not be showing you what I'm seeing. It's going to be not mirrored. So first thing I think I have to do is get into. I really hate this thing, this virtual keyboard that pops up all the time. I really don't like that thing. Oh no, not Steam, not Steam. Steam VR. All right, launching Steam VR. Now see, I'm already fogging up, so that's not a good sign. I've got foggy glasses, and yeah, I haven't had to deal with foggy glasses in VR in ages because I use the lens inserts. I use the lens inserts, and they don't fog up, but your glasses do. One way to prevent that is to use a fan. Let's see if that helps. Hopefully it doesn't produce fan noise on my mic. That would be bad. So a little bit of airflow helps your glasses not to fog up inside this thing. All right. Here we are. No Man's Sky. Now, again, I have no idea if you can see what I'm seeing, which is a bit worrying. Oh, great. You know what? Wait. Is it going to be centered? I hope so. Yeah, it looks like it. No, I'm not sure if there's supposed to be sound at this point because I can't hear anything. Hang on, why is this still running? All right. Yeah, see, No Man's Sky has its own window, but it's this horrible view where you see one of the eyes on the left and the other one on the right that's duplicated, where, that's just really not cool. I wish there was a way to configure it so that the No Man's Sky window showed one image of everything, but it's not doing it. Possibly this. Now this looks like it's working. This is the mixed reality portal. But I'm a little worried about the resolution. It doesn't look sharp to me. It doesn't look sharp. Like if you load up this one, it's quite sharp. Well, you probably can't even see that. You probably can't even see what I'm looking at. You can probably only see this one because I think I've set up OBS to mirror this window. So never mind. But yeah, this I want this window to be 1080p. But I don't know if it is, because so I go into the environment. No. Headset display. Change app window resolution is 1080p. It says it is. Adjust level of detail and quality of effects in mixed reality. Home. High, I guess. Experience options. Experience options affects the application rendering, field of view, and some feature availability of in Windows Mixed Reality. Choose optimize for performance and choose best visual quality. We want that. Native headset resolution 4320 by 2160. That's the thing, right? This thing has 4320 by 2160 resolution. That's more than 4K. But I'm struggling to get a picture to you that even shows 1080p. So it's just my unfamiliarity with how to record video of the VR, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just kind of, it looks like 720p that's been scaled up, is what it looks like. I wish it didn't. I wish it didn't. I don't know. I don't know how to operate this thing to make it sharp. Is the problem. And maybe it's part of the game. Maybe it's my game options. So, if I go back to OBS? Okay, yeah. So now I'm still in the picture. It looks like so that's working. Let's go into the game settings themselves. So what I'm seeing is at least as clear as what you're seeing, maybe slightly clearer even. Let's do options. No, there's no sound. I am a little worried about that. Why is there no sound? There should be sound. I think I might have to restart the audio engine. Oh yeah, that did it. All right, so now there's sound. Well, let me just make sure OBS can hear it. Yeah, OBS can hear it, so you're hearing it. Great. General audio settings. We'll go with that. Now, No Man's Sky has lots of settings. It might not have all the settings I need, but it has lots of settings. Left stick. So you can see the things like this. That's LS for left stick. So I can move menus up and down with that. It's basically the problem, and the way that it's all set up is that it doesn't use mouse and keyboard. It doesn't use your joystick or throttle. It uses these two things, and that's it. And everything has to be geared for just this, which is very hard to get used to. So going back, press left trigger to go back. All right, display and graphics. So my graphical quality I've got set to ultra, except for volumetric effects, which it says this setting heavily affects GPU performance. And I'm thinking, well, I can live without ultra for that if it helps my performance. But yeah, everything is set. I mean, in this one it even says DLAA is an AI-based anti-aliasing mode for users who have spare GPU headroom and want higher levels of image quality. Well, I do want higher levels of image quality. And of course, if I have trouble with that, I can always go back to like DLSS or something. So that would be my graphics quality. Network, not worried about. Accessibility, not worried about. Although, wait. VR interface preset. Ooh. Scales and positions user interface elements such as menus and HUD when playing in VR. So as the choices are near and further, I'll keep it further. VR HUD distance. Allows you to fine-tune the position of the heads-up display elements when playing in VR. Decrease this value to bring HUD elements closer to your head. Okay. All right, well, we'll have to remember we can do that. Galaxy map color filter. You know, I really like the fact that there are explanations for what these settings do. A lot of games don't even bother giving you that. Alters the colors used by the galaxy map to be more easily distinguishable for players. Oh, I'm not worried about that. Color blindness. I'm not colorblind. Hazard effects. Yeah, that's fine. Control settings. Hold to confirm. Hold for important. What? By default, certain UI actions require the interact button to be briefly held to confirm your decision. Oh yeah, that's No Man's Sky. The way that it handles it is you don't click things, you hold on things, and it has a little circle that goes around, and then that will you hold it down, and that's how you tell it that you want. Hold for destructive. Oh, I see. You may wish to adjust this setting if holding the interact button causes discomfort. Hold for important. High impact sectors such as starting a new game, as well as destructive actions such as deleting save data, require the interact button to be held. So my choices are hold for destructive, always instant, which I probably don't want, and hold for important. We'll keep it at that. Vibration strength, whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Camera. Yeah, I want this off. I don't like vignette. A lot of people have motion sickness in VR, and so it kind of puts a shroud around your edges while you're moving your head. I find that incredibly distracting and takes away the immersion. So we're just going to go with that. I don't want to see the body in VR because it's very janky. I tried that. And you know, it's just your limbs are all over the place, and it just doesn't look good. So it's going to be hands only, unfortunately, because see, one of the two things that No Man's Sky offers that are kind of nice that you can't experience in VR, sadly, is you can't see your body. So your character, if you have customized your character, because there's a whole character customization thing, and you can't see your body ever, so it doesn't do any good to customize your character in VR because you can't see it. The other thing is your ship, because you can customize. Well, you can, your ship when it's flying. Like there's these sail ships that have the big sails that come out while it's in flight. You can't see any of that because you're in the cockpit and you can only see what you would, as the pilot, you would see. So you can't ever see the ship from the external perspective, unfortunately, because you're only able to see your perspective. So we'll go there. Controls. Movement. Smooth. Now, movement, yeah, this is another VR thing. Teleport. Now, in VR, a lot of people can't handle the smooth motion of moving in VR because you can't feel it in your body, so you feel like you're getting motion sickness. So they offer you this teleport thing where you basically shoot an arc out of your controller, and then it lands on the ground in front of you, some distance away, and then when you let go, it boops you over there. It just teleports you, and I find that immersion breaking myself. I'd rather just move normally with smooth. Movement direction. Now this one is interesting. World relative. I have that selected. Pushing forward will move your character in the direction your controller is pointing. So if you're pointing the controller that way, even though I'm facing this way, I will move that way. And I kind of like that, because that gives me, I can use my arm to tell my character which direction I'm walking. If you do body relative, then you have to, you're only moving the direction that your body is facing, and then you have to use your stick to move which direction your body's facing, and then you're moving in that direction. I don't like that, because it makes the whole thing a lot more difficult to do nuanced moves. Head relative. Now, you could do it that way. I could do a head relative, so that way, whichever direction I'm looking. But I'd rather use my hand than my head, I think. I think I've tried that. Turning mode, smooth. Yes. This is another motion sickness thing. Smoothly rotate, or snap in 30-degree increments. I'd rather use smooth. Wrist projector repositioning. When playing in VR, certain menus such as the exosuit and exosuit. I've never had an exosuit, but a multi-tool inventory are accessible via projected in-world interfaces. Oh, yeah, like when you hold your wrist up and you can see the menu. Is that what it's talking about? This option will allow you to grab these wrist projector menus with the grip and reposition them to attach to a different point around your hand or multi-tool. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. All right, I'll have to remember that. Building placement previews, head relative. When constructing a base, available placement options for your selected base are base part are represented with translucent previews for the part. This setting adjusts where those previews appear when building in VR. Head relative. As you look around, base part previews will appear where your head is pointing. Controller relative. As you move your hands, base part previews will appear where... I think I'd rather have a controller relative, to be honest. Yeah, that would be better. Ship stick twist. See, these, I'm pretty sure that these VR options were not here last time I played, because what was it? I can't remember what it was called, but a while back, No Man's Sky put out a update that supposedly improved VR play, and I never played it since then, so I don't know. I've never seen them. Okay, so ship stick twist. While playing in VR, using motion controllers, the starship is piloted by grabbing and moving the in-world stick in the cockpit. Enabling this setting will allow the ship stick to be twisted to provide motion control over an additional axis of movement. Oh, that's nice. Actually, I think I'd like that. Twist or spin the top of the stick while maintaining it in the upright position to move it in a single axis, or pull and twist it simultaneously to move multiple axes at once. I'm going to try that. I mean, if it's confusing, I can disable it. Ship stick preference. Stick turns ship. While playing in VR using motion controls, okay, piloted by, what is this? Basically yaw versus roll? Is that what this is? Yeah, yaw versus roll. The default is yaw. See, I'm a roll kind of guy. I like to fly with roll, but the No Man's Sky virtual sticks are very janky, and at least they were. I haven't tried it since the update. And roll, it might go badly, but yaw is pretty easy to use. It just isn't. It doesn't feel natural for pilots, if you're used to piloting. So we'll keep it at yaw for now. Flight sensitivity. How fast your starship moves in response to your inputs while in flight. Increasing this value can allow you to turn the ship more quickly, but can be harder to control or cause motion sickness. Default is 25. All right, well, I'll have to remember that I can change that. Flight controls. Adjust the y-axis behavior of the controls while piloting the ship. When inverted, your ship will pull down when the controller is pushed forward. So, in other words, normal is inverted. So I want inverted because that's how planes are. I don't know why anyone would want not to be that way. Auto follow. Yeah, okay, yeah, because piloting in No Man's Sky can be very challenging. If you're in a dogfight, and I have lost dogfights in this game, if you're in a dogfight, you might want the ship to help you follow the target. And so basically, I can't even see my controllers. That's sad. Okay, on toggle. Okay, I think I have it on hold. Okay, hold. Your ship will continue to follow your combat target while A is held, and stop when A is released. Okay, I definitely want that. Okay, so here, this is the circle thing I was talking about. So you got to hold it down. If you're just clicking it, doesn't actually click the button. But if you hold it, it does this. So that's controls. Go back. Right, now we're gonna go in to try it out, just to try a new game. So these are my saves. I've got, like, my last save, I've got 16 hours in it. Man, it sucks that you can't even see my face. You can't see the expressions that I'm giving. That's unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, 16 hours in that one. I'm going to make a new game, and we will see how this goes. Voyager's expedition available. Time remaining 5 weeks. What does that mean? What does that mean? Maybe I can look that up at some point. So, new game. Ooh, yeah. Okay, now. Yeah, this is expanded. You know what? Normal, relaxed, creative. Community expedition. Undertake a time-limited expedition for special rewards. That's what it's talking about. What does that mean, though? Custom. From gentle to permadeath. Total control over your experience. Yeah, that's nice. Survival. A survival challenge. More hazards. Smaller inventory. Increased costs. No thanks. Maybe after I get good, but no. Relaxed is a streamlined experience. Fewer systems to manage. Lower costs. I mean, I did say that I kind of want No Man's Sky to be a relaxing game, didn't I? But I don't know. I don't know. I think this is a preset, isn't it? And custom. I think this is a preset. Like if you go to custom, this is where you fine tune it. Oh yeah. Difficulty preset. Normal. Creative. Relax. Aha. So you can fine tune it in here. Survival. Permadeath. Oh my gosh. So if you die, it's over. The most difficulty settings can be changed at any time. Oh! Check that out. Most difficulty settings can be changed at any time as often as you wish. Some settings can only be changed before starting a new game. Select Custom when choosing a new game to fully customize these settings. Note that difficulty cannot be changed while multiplayer mission is active. That's fine. So, Oh my gosh, look at all these settings. This is amazing. I mean, most games don't give you this kind of, ability to tweak your settings, your difficulty settings. This is all just difficulty settings. All right, let's see what we got. Survival. So that's creative. In relaxed, yeah, okay. So survival elements. Oh, I love that it explains what it means. The exosuit requires upkeep in several areas: health and shields, protection against environmental hazards, and generalized life support. Health and shields will gradually recuperate on their own. Hazard protection and life support both require regular recharging with resources. I'm familiar with that. I am. It's not that bad. This setting can simplify survival by removing the needs to recharge one or more of these systems. Right. So health only, hazards and health, or full. Full is fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Survival difficulty. The exosuit's hazard protection protects explorers from the environmental factors such as extreme cold and toxicity. Its life support unit provides breathable air and vital movement systems. This setting scales how quickly these systems are drained in challenging environments. Okay, I get it. Well, we'll go with standard. Natural resources. Mining and gathering materials such as minerals, vegetation, and animal products is essential for survival while exploring. This setting scales the abundance of natural resources and how quickly they are gathered. And I think it doesn't actually. I think that you get more. I think you just get more resources per thing you find. Like, it's not going to make more metal patches on the ground. It's just going to make each metal patch produce more. Because, let's face it, I think this is a universe that's fixed. Like, somebody else could come to the same exact place you are, but if their survival settings are different than yours, then they probably wouldn't mine the same amount out of the same patch as you do. Now... Sprinting. Yeah, now this is tempting. Standard. Sprinting places an additional drain on the exosuit's life support system. Relaxed. Sprinting removes this life support cost, but still requires occasional short breaks to recharge. Infinite. Sprinting removes all restrictions and allows the player to sprint forever. I think I'm just going to go with relaxed, because I am actually, I've always found the sprinting drain on your life support to be rather annoying. I think that's annoying, and I'm going to put it on relaxed. Scanner recharge. The exosuit, and you know what? I'm going to have to change. If I start a new game, I'm going to have to do this all over again, aren't I? I'll just have to remember my settings. It'd be nice if you could save a preset. Can you save a preset? I wonder. Scanner recharge. Exosuit and Starship scanners assist with local scanning and survival resources such as oxygen and sodium, and can reveal additional information about planets from space. After a scan, the scanner must be recharged before it can be used again. How quickly? All right. Standard. I don't know what's relative. I don't know what's normal, so I'll just go with standard. Hazardous environments, combat situation, or high-speed impact with the ground may all damage exosuit or starship. This setting scales the damage received in such events. Yeah, No Man's Sky is pretty forgiving, honestly, with damage. It's pretty forgiving. You can crash into things and you don't really get hurt at standard. Technology damage. This is the part. I'm going to change this one. Installed technology modules enhance and protect the exosuit, starship, or exocraft. However, Extreme environmental and combat situations can cause these modules to become damaged. This setting scales the probability of breakages to installed technology when receiving damages. So what that basically means is that if you hurt yourself, while you're in your exosuit or your ship, or just your regular suit, and if you take damage, there's a chance that your installed technology modules will become broken or damaged, and that can cost a lot of valuable resources to fix, because you might get a really valuable piece of technology that's in your helmet or something, and then you take damage from some creature or some sentinel, and then that technology might get broken, and it might cost you a large amount of resources to fix it. I think I'm going to go with none, because I find that mechanic annoying. I would rather my technology not get damaged due to me taking damage. Death consequences. Yeah. Wow. Your save is deleted. Items destroyed. Standard, no item loss. All right, here we go. Death consequences. No item lost will display the death screen, then resume play with no further consequences. Standard will drop all carried inventory items into a grave at the location of death. If the grave is reached before dying again or quitting, the items can be recovered. Ooh, is that how it works? Items destroyed. Permanently lose all carried inventory items when you die. Or the save delete is permadeath mode, where death means at the end of your current journey, this option can only be selected at the start of a new game and cannot be changed later. Yeah, of course. Boy, this is tough, man, because see, this is kind of neat, the standard, because it drops a grave, it drops a box where you die, and you have to go and pick it up, and then you get all your items back. But think about it. If you die and then you quit, those items are gone. If you die and then you die again while trying to get your items back, those items are gone. And that's the one that bothers me. Because let's say that you die because there's a fight going on, or there's aliens and you're in a dogfight, and it's, I've had it where I was in a dogfight with some kind of hostile ship, and it killed me, and I dropped my items into the grave, and then I went back to the grave, and the ship that killed me was gone. I think another time it was not gone, so I'm not sure. We'll go with standard, and if I'll tell you what, see how it says cannot be changed later? That's for this one. So I think I will change it to no item loss if I find this to be annoying. I don't mind going back to my grave to pick up my items. That's fine. It gives a bit of extra challenge. But I don't want my items to be destroyed, because let's face it, if you're carrying something that was very difficult to get or something extremely valuable, and then you get ganked unexpectedly and you just happen to lose the fight, you die and all those items are gone. No thank you. Crafting and items settings. Fuel usage. Technologies such as the mining laser or Starship's launch thrusters require regular recharge to remain functional. This setting scales the cost of recharging those technologies. I'll change it later if it's annoying. I know standard can be annoying as well, because the thing is, when you launch your ship, it uses a certain amount of fuel, and when you're using your mining laser or whatever, it will run out, and you have to put material back into your mining laser, and we'll talk later about what material that is, because it's silly. I think it's silicon, which is basically dirt. So you're mining the dirt, and your mining laser runs out of fuel, and you put dirt into your mining laser and it recharges it. I don't know. Crafting. Building parts, items, and technology are typically assembled typically assembled by crafting them from gathered resources. This setting toggles whether it can be done freely or with the need to collect these. Yeah, well, obviously we want crafting to cost something. Recipes and blueprints, learnable. Yeah, because we don't want them all unlocked, because that's part of the game, is learning them. Purchases. Items can be purchased on the Galactic Trade Network with units. Units is like credits or money or dollars or whatever. Technologies are purchased with nanites for some reason. Again, the terminology is pointless, so just give that a pass. Scales the prices. Free bypasses many costs required for mission progress, so we'll go with standard. Goods availability. Aha. Trade terminals in different star systems will stock a wide range of quantity of items. This setting scales the amount on offer as well as restricting the purchase of some critical survival elements. Yeah. Now, I know it's part of the game that not every station sells everything, but apparently you can change it if it's too annoying. So that's cool. We'll go with standard. Inventory stack limits. Oh my gosh. Standard, restricted, and harsh. Gathered resources are stored in your inventory, which has a limited number of slots. Oh yeah, that is harsh already. Multiple items of the same type can be stored in one slot. What? No, they can't. Multiple items. Oh, yeah, like quantity of items of the same type. Yeah, that's right. This setting scales the capacity of individual inventory slots, allowing more items to be carried. I'm fine. I'm fine with standard. Enemy strength. Sentinels or armed pirates. I'm fine with standard. If it gets too hard, I'll move it. On foot combat. Standard. Oh, wait. What does it mean? While exploring on foot, explorers may be confronted by hostile forces such as sentinels and alien monstrosities. Adjust the frequency of such hostile encounters. We'll go with standard. Space combat. Pirates and vengeful system authorities. Adjust the frequency of combat encounters. We'll leave that standard. Creatures. Passive, defensive, predators on. Creatures will never attack explorers even to defend themselves. Oh, that's sad. Defensive, they will only retaliate when attacked explorers. Predators on, allow predators to occasionally hunt and attack explorers. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave predators on. We don't want it to be too easy, right? Tutorial missions. Story prologue introduces basic mechanics, controls of game features. Enabled tutorial is highly recommended for new players. We will turn that on because it's been a while. Inventory transfer range. Oh, dude! All right, this I find really irritating. Yeah, I didn't know you could change this. Collected items can be quickly transferred between nearby inventories, for example, teleporting resources from the exosuit to the starship. This setting toggles whether inventories must be within close range to allow items to be transferred. Now, this is something that, you have to get real close to you're transferring from your personal inventory to your storage in your base or to your ship. You have to be right next to it to transfer back and forth. Now, there's a module that you can get for your suit that lets you be a little bit further away, but not terribly far. And it is annoying. It is annoying. What I will do is I will leave it at nearby to see, again, to remind myself how that feels. But if I find it too annoying, I will change it to infinite. Hyperdrive system access. What's that mean? Hyperdrive allows explorers to warp between star systems. Yellow star systems may be reached freely, but other system classes require specialist drives to reach. This setting toggles whether hyperdrive can warp to red, green, and blue star systems without the requirement for specialist warp technology. I will leave it specialized because that sounds like a progression element of the game, and I'm fine with that. Base power. Hydroponic trays for growing crops require wiring up power modules to run. Generators and power networks. I will leave it standard because I don't need that to be handheld to me. I'm fine setting up power. Reputation and standing gain. Standing is a measure of your reputation with alien factions that populate the galaxy. Higher standings will offer greater opportunities, such as available missions. This setting scales how quickly standing is gained by impressing the faction. It does not impact how fast standing is lost. Standard. Starting slots. Capacity of features such as inventories, companions, and squadrons can be upgraded over time. Purchasing additional slots for an inventory will expand its capacity, and additional companion slots will allow explorers to own a larger collection of animal companions. This setting changes how many of these slots are unlocked when they're starting a new game. You know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of work to expand your inventory. I've never added, you can do it, but I'll change it if it's only when starting a new game though. Yeah, fine. I mean, maximum is kind of cheaty. I don't want to feel cheaty, so we'll go with standard. Difficulty. Oh yeah, and this, of course, you put this locked if you don't. This action is permanent. With difficulty settings locked, no settings will ever be able to be changed. Now, this is a good feature for people who don't like the ability, don't like the idea that you can just make it easy when you encounter something difficult in the game, and then turn it back to hard when you're past that bit. I mean, I can understand that, but because there's so many unknowns in this game, I don't want to lock myself out of the possibility of getting past a really difficult situation that I just had no idea was coming. It's kind of like, yeah, okay. Anyways, that's that. Do I have to save it or something? What do I do? I think I just left trigger to go back. Did it keep it? What was the last thing I changed? Technology damage. Oh, shit. Shit. It reset. Okay, so how do you do this then? Technology damage. I know I set that to none. Didn't I? Didn't I set that to none? Survival elements. Difficulty. Natural resources. Sprinting. Yeah, relaxed. I want sprinting relaxed. And I want technology damage none. Damn it. It erased my settings. So is that really the only thing I changed? I changed sprinting to be relaxed and technology damage to be none. I can't remember. I can't remember what I changed. I think it was just those two things. Oh, here it is. That doesn't even look like a button. Come on, Hello Games. Make your buttons look like buttons. Confirm and start game. All right, so let's just make sure that we're doing this right. Full. Wait, hazards and health. What's the difference between these two? This setting can simplify survival by removing the need to recharge one or more of these systems. What's full mean? Well, alright, difficulty, standard, relaxed, sprinting is relaxed, technology damage is none. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just left everything at the default for standard. All right, here goes. Are you ready? I'm ready. Confirm and start game.